Hi everyone, this is Unit 3 Test Corrections for Math 7. It's number 1. So let me go ahead and read the problem. The number 3 is represented with positive and negative tiles at the right. For each problem below, start with this diagram and then show how to remove appropriate number of tiles to represent the problem given. State the final answer for each part. So what was given to us is, I'm just going to mark it for now just so that you can see what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to erase it just so that we can go through the motion on how to solve 3 minus negative 2, okay? So you were given 3 positives alone and then 2 sets of zeros. So what I wanted you to do right here where it says start with, I wanted you to write that part in, what I just explained. So you needed to say start with 3 positives and 2 zero pairs. Then I wanted you to finish that by saying what to do to finish this operation. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this, and then I'll go ahead and show you how to remove negative 2. And it's really not that difficult if once you understand what I'm trying to say. It says minus. Minus is typically another word for take away. And I've made that pretty clear in the class, but I hope you paid attention to remember that. So 3 minus means 3, take away, negative 2. So the 2 negatives that are right here needed to be taken out. Then once it's taken out, what you have left are right here, the 5 positives. So what you needed to say right here is then take away 2 negatives, okay, period. And then right here in this part of the problem, I was expecting you to write down the answer, the solution. State the final answer for each part. So 3 positives and 2 zero pairs. I have 3. I didn't really state it, but I have 3 positives. I can go ahead and write that equals. I have 3 positives. Positive 3, sorry. Positive 3. And then when you take away the 2 negatives, you're left with I have 5, positive 5. Okay. So the stating the final answer for each part, done. Showing how to remove the appropriate number of tiles right here, done. Start with this diagram. I started with that. Make sure you hit all of those directions whenever they give it to you, so that way we can make sure that you understand fully how to do all of these steps. And you see that it was only one problem out of the whole thing. We saw the importance of understanding how to do this, so we wanted to include it in the test, but it didn't need to be something that we needed you to remember how to do every time. So we just wanted to make sure that you understand how to do that in general, so that way you'd be able to explain it anytime. Now, the most important part is this part right here. We will not be giving you full credit unless you do this part. So please, 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 please make sure that you answer this part. It has to match the problem that's given. And you can't just say, I learned how to subtract numbers, or I learned how to subtract integers. You cannot say that. It's not going to fly. I'm not going to give you credit for it. So if you say that, it's going to be a +0. You're not getting any points earned from this correction unless you give me something that is related, associated, connected to what you have done and what you have done correctly and what you understand now. You need to tell me, I needed to take away the 2 negatives from the 0 pair. Something very clear and specific. I cannot have you guys write down something that is so generic that I can't tell what you learned. You need to make sure you tell me something that you learned, okay? So please be mindful of that. I'll remind you on every one of these problems. Thanks.